So we are back with a new Gen 3 OYO battle, and today I am trying out Medichem again, because last time I wasn't too successful with it. And just a short disclaimer at the beginning, I already recorded this video and I was just trying to edit it, and yeah, now I have to talk over it again because I just noticed that my microphone didn't record anything. Even though it was plugged in, so pretty fun on that part. I'm trying my best, and as you can see, I immediately got one shot with the Shadow Ball from my opponent. So yeah, I was like, oh great, a mirror matchup. Let's see what happens. Of course, I go for the Shadow Ball. And yeah, I get outsped in one shot. So as you can see, I'm doing a terrific job already in using Medichem. Here I bring in Charizard. I also swapped out the elements of this team, like it's actually a sample team, and decided to use Charizard because last time I also was considering using Charizard and I wanted to try it out. And yeah, I just thought Salamence is a dragon, Charizard looks like a dragon, so let's just throw it out. And yeah, you just see me here swapping around, and yeah, my opponent actually has a Steelix, which is very interesting, like you don't see that every day. And yeah, I was just also doing some little changes to this team, like I'm finally brave enough to just change things from these sample teams. So I changed the berry on the Medichem, and I also swapped out Salamence for the Charizard. Swapped in Charizard basically. And I also made a little change to the Magneton, which you will see in a second. And yeah, here actually my Metagross made a really good job here, but got killed by the Magneton in revenge. And my Magneton has HP Fire, so it's especially for killing other Magnetons, trapping them. They use Protect, won't really help them. I use Hidden Power, Fire anyway. And as you can see, I have a Select Berry. So I am prepared to just use Endure and yeah, just outspeed things and hit them hard. Of course, it would be better if I have HP Grass, because then I would threaten Dugtrio more. But in this case, yeah, HP Fire is very nice for revenge killing ducks, and I have HP Grass on Charizard. HP Fire is nice for revenge killing Magnetons, I mean. And here, I make a little mistake in a second, because I was like, ooh, I'm a smart boy, I'm gonna use Endure, and then just hit this Medichem really hard afterwards, because I had nothing which likes to swap in, and Medichem just used Substitute. So it had the perfect set to deal with me so far. And yeah, I just use Endure a second time, proc the Select Berry, and trade my life for the Substitute here. But I felt like it's my best option. I was really afraid of the Rock Slide, of a potential Rock Slide from Medichem. I bring in Charizard here. Charizard feels very strong offensively. So yeah, I was like considering what to do here. They bring in a Gyarados, and as you can see, I do not have any good moves to hit this thing. I have HP Grass, which would deal neutral damage, but the problem is Gyarados would or could be threatening with Dragon Dance. So I do not want this thing to Dragon Dance a million times and then just one-shotting everything. I bring in Snorlax here. And yeah, they use HP Flying and it dealt a lot of damage. I think it's Choice Bandit actually. I was considering pressing Self-Destruct here, but then I went for Body Slam in case they swap. I was right in this prediction. Unfortunately, no paralysis, but still brought the Medichem very low. And now I can just bring in Charizard, hoping they won't predict with a Rock Slide. They deal a lot of damage with Brick Break. And I just use Substitute here because I want to get into the Blaze range. They use Shadow Ball. And yeah, I just finished the Medichem. Now I'm in Blaze range. And I can't really afford swapping in Snorlax and getting hit again by the HP Flying. because it would just two-shot Snorlax from this range. So I use Fire Blast, lucky get a crit here. So Gyarados is almost down for the count. And I only have Snorlax and Suicune left. And the thing is, yeah, Suicune is basically needed for the Steelix, and I have more faith in Suicune 1v1ing the last one than Snorlax. So I just decided to bring in Snorlax here, tank the attack from the Gyarados. Probably gonna sack it here because it's so slow and it's yeah, very low at this point. And just have to bet that the Suicune can take care of the last 2 months. And I'm really happy here because it's a Salamence. And I was considering swapping Ice Beam for Rest Talk on the Suicune, but decided to go for the Ice Beam. And that was very, very good in this decision, in this situation. I just pressed Ice Beam. I don't really know why they would swap out here, because I just outspeed and killed the Steelix anyway. And they just gave me more chip healing from the leftovers. So they should have just attacked with Salamence. Like, they even got a crit here, so it was very close. Still, of course, wouldn't have saved them, but yeah. Maybe use Rock Slide for flinching or something like that. Still, it was a very close game, so GG to my opponent. And yeah, we will see what the next battle brings to us. So in this battle we have a very nice start, and that is that we have a Medicham against a Tyranitar lead. So yeah, I go for the Focus Punch here. I hope to catch a Skarmory swapping in, because they're basically like 2 options. They either swap into a physical wall like Skarm, or they go into Gengar, hoping to just be immune to a fighting move. But it's also risky because I could just press Shadow Ball. So I go for the Focus Punch, and they actually swap in Skarm. And here comes a very nice interaction, because Medicham goes very well with Magneton, because Skarmory is so low now that I can just swap in the Magneton, and they actually use Toxic, so they even don't get up a Spike. They can swap out, and they are low enough that even with the Select Berry, I can just one-shot them with the Thunderbolt. So that's very good for me. Against the Moltres, I was considering for a second to press Endure and just going for Thunderbolts, but I was afraid that I faced a similar situation the last time, that is that my opponent is Substitute and just uses that. So I decided to just swap out the Magneton and go for the Suicune here. And just Tanker overheat, so that is no problem for Suicune. And yeah, I just press Surf here, and I remember thinking, oh, they are gonna bring in a Special Ball now, so I was already expecting either a Blissey or a Snorlax, which both would be very annoying for my Suicune. But I was really glad to already take care of the Skarmory at this point. So yeah, at least that was pretty nice for me. Also, Medicham did already a pretty good job here, basically helping defeat the Skarmory very early. So I was a bit more happy with this Medicham already than the last few times I used it. So at least we are on the right track so far. And yeah, now I'm not really sure if my opponent, I think that's the point where they just took a very long time for the next move. And if I remember correctly, there's nothing happening anymore at this point, if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna repeat what I did in the video, and that is telling you guys that if my opponent doesn't do anything, we will see each other in a second for the next battle. So as I stated before, my opponent just didn't do anything, and I won the game. And the next game kind of starts like the last one, because I have a Medicham, they have a Tyranitar, good start for me. I choose to use Focus Punch and they bring in Skarmory, and I almost kill it. Brick Break would actually threaten to kill it here, so I'm pretty sure they use Protect. I bring in Magneton for free. They don't get a Spike up again, and I can just kill them with Thunderbolt, so pretty good start for me. Here they have their Tyranitar out again, and I'm a bit afraid of the Dragon Dance, because Rock Slide flinches can be pretty stupid. So I was considering what I should do here. I'm pretty sure Magneton wouldn't threaten with Thunderbolt enough. to even two-shot, so I was just considering Suicune for a second, but then I went into Medicham, because I was pretty sure that it should survive one hit. I bring it in, and I get Earthquake down to 5% of Medicham Revenge kills just with Brick Break. So my Medicham is dead, but it basically took care of Tyranitar and also mostly of Skarmory, so that was a very good performance this time. Was very happy with that. And now I'm facing a Claydol, so I bring in my Suicune. Also, I was pretty happy with how this team works so far, because I didn't expect Charizard and Medicham doing so well together in a team. And I've won 2 games so far, so let's see if we can lose this one. In this time I just decided to go for Ice Beam because I expected Leech Seed from the Celebi. It used Calm Mind before and then used Leech Seed. And I was a bit afraid that I won't kill with Fire Blast after the Leech Seed healing and the special defense boost. But it actually just kills the Celebi. And now comes something surprising because there is a goddamn Miltank in Gen 3 OU. So this thing actually scared me because I had no idea what this thing will do to me. It has Thunder Wave. You don't usually see that on the random battles because I think they just expect you to paralyze with Body Slam. I brought in Metagross and I just chose to go for Explosion because I was a bit afraid what Miltank will do, and I was expecting Claydol to swap in maybe, and Claydol is very tanky and annoying, so I was fine with taking care of either of the two. Managed to catch the Claydol, so yeah, was good for me. And then I decided I want to go for with Snorlax because it's the Pokemon I was least afraid of getting paralyzed because it's already slow as hell. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. I use Body Slam and yeah, basically it's almost always I do not get a paralysis. And I just chose to go for Self-Destruct. And something funny happens because I get paralyzed not once, not twice. But yes, oh yes, I got paralyzed twice. Sorry, in my head it was 3 times, but 2 times were enough. But still managed to take down the Miltank. Yeah, and I was wondering whether my last 3 months can defeat the Gengar because Charizard just gets killed with 75% from the Thunderbolt. I brought a Magneton. I thought I could survive 1 Fire Punch, but obviously I was mistaken, so I should have pressed Endure. At least I know that for next time. And now I bring in Suicune. And Gengar has Thunderbolt and we have Sand Up, so this is pretty spicy here. I chose to go for the Calm Mind here. I lose 40% from the Thunderbolt. And here I just decide to Cork for a second. Will happen in a second also. Because I was not sure whether I want to press Calm Mind again and then rest, or if I should just go for the Surf now, hopefully surviving another Thunderbolt, or better said another 2 Thunderbolts because I will 2-shot. And yeah, in my head I thought okay, it should be fine as long as they don't have Explosion. If they have Explosion then it's just it's a draw. But I didn't want to go for the rest strat because I was afraid of getting crit. And I don't want him or them to give them too many opportunities. So I'm corking here and in my head I'm like, okay, I should barely survive 2 Thunderbolts with the special defense boost. So I opt to go for the Surf here. Because I thought it's the less risky play. And things are really intense here. Because Thunderbolt deals a good amount of damage to me and Surf deals a great amount of damage to Gengar. So we are both pretty low. I survived the last Thunderbolt with 3% health. Killed the Gengar with the Surf, and I was right in my assumption that, yeah, I barely survived the Thunderbolt, and I do not get sand damage because, yeah, the game was already over. So, I think this time Medicham really pulled its weight, but of course this time maybe the user wasn't totally brain dead when using it. And I was also pleasantly surprised by Charizard, so I think it were overall pretty good games. And yeah, I thank you guys for watching as always. Sorry for the commentary afterwards. I hope my microphone works next time. And we will see each other in the next battle, so see ya.